Hey, what's up? Are you a filmmaker and you just created a film, but now you've got to do the social media thing and scrub all your footage to find your thumbnails and your still frames for sharing on Instagram and whatever else you got going on? Yeah, I hated that too. So what I did was I made this thing on my website. It's going to grab all the stills that it wants to grab from your film. You can then add the text to them there, export them, and you're done. It takes like 2 seconds. Want to see what it's like? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's really simple. You just go to my website here. You can click on frames right there. That's going to take you to this page. You're going to scroll down here, choose your file. It's going to open this. Let's go ahead and do 2 of them. So this one's going to be a recent documentary that I did for a brand, and now you can also do this manually. So you can, if there's a frame you know you want, you can just scroll to it, grab this frame, done, and you can start there. I'm going to scan the video. It's going to grab 12 frames, and then from there we're going to pick which one we want to use. There's a bunch of good ones here, but I like this one. Let's use this one now. Select the format. So you can change your export if you're using YouTube, Instagram post, which is going to be 4x5, and then 9x16 there. Let's go ahead and stick to YouTube for right now. Let's do behind the dock. I like that, and then maybe do this. Cool. You can also change the style of font. So we've got serif, typewriter, modern, script, display, so on and so forth. And so if you want to make it as fancy or as simple as you want, you can. I like this. You can also make it bold or italics. And I'm going to also just align it to the left side. There's a space there, which I don't like. Go ahead and take that out. Boom. And this gap in between is a little too wide for me. I wish there was a way to fix that. Bang, there is. And then you can also add some shadow to it if you like, some scrim to the bottom of the frame, so on and so forth. So if you want to add some, so it's a little more intense and dramatic, you can. If you also have a logo there for your channel or your brand, you can upload that. It'll drop it into the right corner or any other corner you'd like. You can also change the opacity on that. Let's go ahead and preview it. That looks okay. I don't like where that's located, so let's just grab it and move it. Let's put it right there. That looks all right. Change the size just a hair because it's a little big. And a little bit bigger than that. Let's go with that. That's fine. Drag it over just a little to the right. Boom. Cool. That looks nice. And now we're going to just scroll down to the very bottom, preview and export. That looks pretty solid. I like it. Let's export it and download it. It's going to download it right there, which is super duper simple. And then we can go and we can actually check it out in the dill. So let's check it out. Bang, there it is. You can also do it for the other ones. So if we don't like that and we want to change our crop, it's like, let's just go ahead and change our crop. We like everything that we've done, but we want to do it for an Instagram story. You don't even have to change the font. It's going to automatically remember everything. You may move the location based on where you want it to put it. You can change the size too if you want to, but just for basic example here, I'm a perfectionist kind of guy, so I'm just going to have to do this because I have a problem. Boom, 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 done and done. Let's stick with that, and then we can go ahead, scroll to the bottom, and preview export. Looks nice. Download the image. Cool, cool. And then, sweet, it's right there. Boom. Looks pretty cool. So you can do that for everything that you've got going on. You can also do manual. So let's do a manual one just so you can see what it looks like. This one's going to be for a different type of video. Let's go with something for YouTube. So you're talking to the screen like this. Let's go ahead and, that was pretty nice. I like that. I'm a simple dude. Let's go ahead and do this. Sure. Hands up in the frame. Let's grab that frame. Let's start our process. I like that one. Choose the format. Stick for YouTube because that's what we're doing here. Overlay. Let's go with something a little bit more grungy typewriter. Don't wait. And let's maybe change it to bold. Nah, I don't like bold. Underline maybe? Nah, I don't like that either. Let's just change this location. It's not a bad size. Let's change it down here. Cool. And then preview export. Download image. Bang, bang. There it is. Super simple, y'all. So feel free to use that tool. It's completely free. It doesn't require an email. It doesn't require anything. I just wanted to help you out and give you something that actually can solve your problems and speed up your workflow, because there's nothing worse than having to do some tedious work after you've just done a ton of tedious work. Take care. Be well. See you soon.